Cthulhu Jack.
Following up Cobra, I jump back on the director Osamu Dezaki train to check out this interesting little medical mystery.
Something monstrous has happened to her, and we have no idea what it is.
That started back in the dark ages of the 1970s and 80s manga, while subsequently popping out TV series and movies. But for this one, I'm talking about Blackjack the movie from 1996. This was my first visit to Dr. Blackjack's office, a highly skilled unlicensed surgeon who prefers to work in the shadows of the medical establishment.
I've brought you the professional service fee that we agreed upon earlier. Please accept it with our gratitude.
Not one to shy away from the dramatic. Director Dezaki costumes our hero with much alignment from the Phantom of the Opera. In this particular house case,
it gets even better.
We begin at the starters line during the Olympics, where we have once an ordinary Jane and Joe, who are now operating at 10 times their endorphin rate.
Today, he explodes into front-page headlines.
Overseeing what seems first to be just a genetic mutation of proportions of the populace is Dr. Joe Carroll Brain.
From the beginning of time, there's never been a shortage of people who wanted to be rich and famous.
A talented surgeon herself has been trying to contact Blackjack because they've hit a bit of a snag in their research.
During his seizures, he bleeds about 50 cc's per minute. He requires constant transfusion.
With Jack also not keen working alongside an organization backed by a pharmaceutical company,
I'm told you have that renegade Blackjack working for us now.
The choice for him has already been made in the form of kidnapping Pinocchio.
Pinocchio's fine, safe, and in good hands. And your $2 million fee was deposited this morning.
His adopted daughter and assistant. Her constant energy level rivals almost any other bombastic anime sidekick. Jack aids Joe to figure out why these once prosperous athletes have depleted into weathered husks in just 3 years. That's where, after several operations and failures, they discover that pesky old pituitary gland who comes into action.
I saw something flash around the pituitary gland.
We remember the pituitary gland, don't we, kids? Digging deep, Blackjack manages to find this special little virus.
Get this to the pathology lab immediately.
Which ended up being created by a drug known as Mora, or Endorph A.
This version is 10 times as powerful as the original formula.
So it was your drug that produced the superhumans?
Becoming contagious to unexpecting patients.
We don't know where the others came from. We don't know anything about them.
Joe Carroll relishes in the thought of it being a big seller to everyone once the side effects are controlled. With Jack no longer wanting to have anything to do with this,
you and I have both been infected. The Endorph A that was in the wine will kill us unless you work with me to discover the cure.
There's also a subplot with moles from the Medical Soldiers for Justice who've infiltrated Joe's experiments.
We've investigated their records. Every single victim of full-blown Moira disease turns out to have been a former patient at one of Brain's hospitals within the past 5 years.
Jack and the MSJ track down one of the original scientists working for Joe, who lets loose that the drugs stem from a fungus found in a grain of sand in the Serbian desert. Heading back to the source,
I don't have time to rest. I have to find the answer before I die. Can't give up.
The shuttered plant is where they work to find their answers.
I knew you would stay here and help me. I'd never do it for you, but I knew you would.
Blackjack hustles up the operation on Joe as he is succumbing to the virus himself. The higher-ups in the Brain organization have a different answer by ways of covering up the evidence. Everyone scatters as Jack piggybacks Joe out of the explosive joint. They land smack dab in the Holy Grail.
Here it is, the birthplace of Endorph A.
Joe eventually succumbing to her injuries.
You and I can live in the garden forever.
While Jack is on his way out as well. The day partially saved when Jack receives a concoction by the local desert nomads. In the end, sharing their 1,000-year-old remedy with the world for, quote, free. The animation here is glorious with colors popping off the screen, releasing that 80s vibe we all enjoy. This straight medical mystery drama is not something I've seen every day in anime. It was a pure treat to watch. Until next time.
I went ahead and ordered for you. Medium rare veal, right?
Thank you to our YouTube members and everyone out there for your continued support. And hail Cthulhu!